Okay, hello friends. I'm going to put a quick video up. Yesterday I was thinking about something, day before yesterday, and I was thinking about the breath of life. You know, it's interesting because for me I have this understanding it's hard to hold all the time, but it's the idea that every breath you take is the Spirit of God. And so I was thinking about the breath of life, okay, Adam, and the thinking was, okay, when God formed him and he put the breath in him, and what was his first words? So I have the answers for that, and then I was thinking from Adam, we kind of have like the children of God, we have the sons of God, and then we have Jesus, the only begotten Son of God. And I kind of noted in here also because the Jews had decided to kill any man that claimed to be the Son of God. Okay, so anyway, we'll move on here then. Alright, so we have the breath of life, and the breath of life shows up in Genesis 2:7. And the Lord God, Yahweh, formed man out of the dust of the ground. Okay, well, dust is kind of back to the stone, the carbon, the nitrogen, the minerals, okay, of the ground. And the dust has no water. And I've mentioned in a few other videos, to me, water symbolizes potential, or I can't never spell possibility. Okay, possibility. So water is symbolic of potential and possibilities because a river flows from the throne of God. You see, and this is potential and possibilities flow from the throne of God. So he formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into the nostrils. Okay, nostrils is pretty interesting because it says like Hebrews 6:39. Its nose, its face, its anger is the meaning. Well, and the definition of anger is a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. And I just want to make a little note right now. Notice the word host, H-O-S-T. Okay, so into the nostrils, the breath of life. And man became a living soul. Okay? Well, now then I'm going to show you also there is a difference. We have living souls and we have living creatures. And this is all in Genesis chapter 2 here. But, okay. Also, there are hosts which are listed in Genesis 2:1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. So it's the host of the heavens and the earth. Okay, there's host now, and then a host is a person who receives or entertains other people as guests. A host. Okay, so now what I'm going on to now, so we kind of have living soul, living creature, and host, and then also we have the G-host, the G-host. Okay, just reading on. Alright, so the breath of life, we breathe it in, and we breathe it out. So what I was thinking about was what was Adam's first words? What did he say? And here's the crazy thing that I was thinking. If the breath of life of God goes in you, then the voice that comes out I think this is why it's important about bridling our tongues. You see, if every breath I take is the Spirit of God, then when I exhale and I speak, that's strange. So anyway, Genesis 2:19, and out of the ground, the Lord God, Yahweh, formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air. And what I'm going to here, Adam's first words are broken into two categories. The first category is the first words that he spoke that are unrecorded. The second is the words that he spoke that are recorded. So here's the ones that were not recorded. Beasts of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. Okay, so this is Adam's creative ability to imagine the names. You see? And whatsoever Adam called, and I'm saying this called is imagined and spoken. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. Okay, so, and these are not, we don't know what first word, was it a hippopotamus? Was it a lion, a tiger, a bear? But whatever he called it, that's what it was. So he imagined it and he spoke it from the breath of life. It was breathed in and it is out. So see, this is where it's not what goes into a man that defiles him. It's what comes out. His words. So now, when I jump back here, and on my first page, I'm talking and I'm questioning the children of God, the sons of God, and Jesus, the only begotten Son of God. Well, a little more interesting thing that I found. I'm just going to run on with it. His recorded words, Adam's first recorded words, is in Genesis 2:23, and Adam said, "This is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh." And then as I was reading on to where he calls her name, and he calls her Eve, a funny thing happened. I'm 50, and for a few years the eyes are a little more difficult in reading. And when I was reading this part of Eve, my eye changed, and it said, "Ah." And I thought, wow, that's interesting. Just that one little tip right there makes all the difference in the world, from Eve to I. And then it sort of struck me, and I got this visualization. You see, you have one eye. This is Adam. And this is Eve. Eve. Okay. So, what do you think about the voice part? I'd like some feedback, because I know I have some very smart people that... And another interesting thing I found, I thought was very interesting, Genesis 2:10, a river watering the garden flowed from Eden. So now here's the weird thing. It was kind of like, here's Eden, and the garden is outside of Eden, okay, and the river flows and it feeds to 4 watering heads. It's like pools, okay, which I thought, wow, that's kind of looks like a man, doesn't it? and then Eden's here. That's interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hey, I want to add a little more in here because I want to still show the differences I'm looking at between the children of God, the sons of God, and the only begotten Son of God. Because also in Genesis 2, it's saying that Adam was put in the garden, okay, the Garden of Eden. Okay, so this is sort of the weird way I'm looking at this and just pondering it at this moment. Adam and Eve were put here in the garden, right? Okay, and they are like children of God's, all right? But the sons of God are this is like the city. Eden is like the C-I-T-Y, city. There's something weird here, I know. But the children are here, you see, which the children I would almost call Ter, would be the children. Okay, and the sons are the wheat. Because see, this is the Garden of Eden, but Eden is in another place. And the sons, okay, which are perfected by their word. Does that make any kind of sense? And this is why, I put these things out. I want feedback from people. Tell me how you're seeing it. How do you imagine it? This is also how I define, I'll keep running with you here, enmity. Enmity is placed between man and woman and thy seed. Well, enmity is also imaginations, because see, if there's a man and a woman, and let's say the woman imagines it one way, the man imagines it a different way. Well, the differences, and they're two inner pictures, is enmity. Now, if the man with his word shares with the woman, she starts to imagine or visualize the picture he's painting. And if the man, and vice versa, and then when the woman explains hers, so it's kind of like he's got a vision, she's got a vision, but in the sharing of that vision, they can sort of come to this common ground. Okay? And here is enmity. Differences. But here there is unity. I don't know, just a quick little piece. Just want to add one little quick audio clip in also. Yesterday I was having a talk with a friend and we were talking about a few things and this and that. And when I got ready to walk away, it just sort of came out of me. And once I had said this, I thought, well, that's pretty cool. I need to share that with people. But I was telling the lady, I said, well, don't let Satan steal your imagination. He doesn't have one. He does it with ego, pride, and greed. And that's true. Don't let Satan steal your imagination. He doesn't have one. Don't give the imagination over to the darkness.